YOLO. Good morning. It is May the 8th and it is day 59 for me here on the Appalachian Trail. I just got packed up from my tent site. I am heading down the mountain right now. I'm doing a double check to make sure I didn't leave anything. The temperatures have dropped. It is in the low 40s, if not just right at 40 degrees. So we're heading down the mountain. We're packed up. We did get a peanut butter and jelly tortilla for breakfast. I do have some tangerines or cuties in my hip pocket that I'll also eat this morning. And my knee is hurting me again, which is every day. So I just need about 15 minutes of getting it moving and we'll be all right with that. So it's just an everyday thing. Took my multivitamin, brushed my teeth, and did everything I needed to do before I packed up my tent, because I wanted to do everything inside the tent because it's windy up here and cold. So hopefully it'll warm up during the day. I did get my gloves back out of my pack because I'd like to have some warm hands. So let me put this phone up because my hands are actually freezing right now. So let me get going and I'll check in with y'all later. Ouch, 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 ouch. All right, see you. All right, guys, we're coming up to the shelter for just a quick change. Take off some layers. I'm getting a little warmer, but it's a pretty nice little shelter. It's got a couple windows, some steps, a little porch wraparound. Look at this. And then there's a second floor. You go up in there. This is the Bryant Ridge Shelter. This is pretty nice. So we're gonna chill out here for a moment and then take off a layer and then head back out. All right, guys, I've run into a couple of hikers here at the shelter. I'm gonna introduce them to you. So I'm gonna have them introduce themselves. So would you mind telling me who you are, what your trail name, where you're from, and how old you are, and why you're doing it?
My trail name is Sunken, and I'm from Wayne, Michigan, which is between Detroit and Ann Arbor. I'm 73 years old, and and this is my third attempt at a through hike.
All right.
And this time, as soon as I get past Dripping Rock, it'll be past the 850, but as far as I've gone. So hopefully I'm going to make it all the way this year.
Well, I hope you do too. Can you tell people what you're doing right this moment?
I'm filtering water.
And how'd you get that water, and what are you doing?
There's a little creek right down here with a nice flow. Good, steady, clean water. You pick it up, it's nice and clear, but I'm running it through a filter anyway.
Okay, and that's the filter. That blue thing?
Yeah, right here.
And you just put that dirty water in that bag, and you put this filter, which is a bee-free filter.
That's right.
And then we squeeze it right into our drinking bottles, which for him, it's just a 500 liter milliliter water bottle. And now he's got that dirty water in the bag, goes through the filter, and now you just saw him drink it. How gross is that? All right, now we have another hiker.
Hello, I'm Alyssa. I don't have a trail name yet because I'm a newbie. I started today's day 7 for me.
And why are you a newbie? Because we're over 1/3 of the way, so.
Yes, so, and I'm not doing miles like everyone else is, so I'm just getting passed all day, but that's okay because you gotta let your body get ready to do bigger miles. I'm from Western Massachusetts.
And are your intentions to do the entire trail?
Yes.
Okay, and you said you couldn't withstand the cold, so that's why you're starting like you are.
Yes.
So.
Also, I had a job that I still had in March, so you know.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to let people know out there in the world that's doing some research, and just that there's other people. I about bit it there with the rocks as I was backing up. So good luck on your trip, guys, and we'll see you off and on today and the next days. So talk to you later. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Our visibility is getting less and less and less as we climb to the top of this thing. A little eerie. Just all fog. I'm gonna stop up here and get my rain jacket back on because I don't want to get saturated, which I probably already am with this moisture, and then be wet all day, which may be already too late, but at least I'll have something to break, say break wind, but that didn't sound too good. But we stop right here and take my pack off, get my jacket out, and put that on before I get soaked. All right, I got my jacket on. So we'll hike up on top of the mountain in the haze of the clouds. So looks like the grass is getting longer, which means my feet's gonna get wet, which means my socks are gonna get wet and my feet will stay soggy. So here we go, climbing, heading to lunch. Well, I made it to the top of the first pinnacle. I'm heading down now. It only took 3 hours to get to here. And I've got several more ups and downs before the day is up. But now I'm heading down to a shelter so I can have lunch. It's about 1 o'clock. So I don't want to say I have a late lunch, but a late lunch. So anyway, heading down. Still, visibility is very low. You can see behind me, we're just up on top of this mountain and in the clouds. So the jacket and I did get my toboggan back out, or beanie, or whatever you guys want to call it, to keep my head warm. And I've been covering my mouth. My ears are covered up as well. I'm very sensitive to my ears as I get older and older. The wind and stuff really irritate or bother me, so I try to keep my ears covered up as much as I can. Also, it acts as a window in the car. If I get cold, I can roll the windows up, and if it get hot, I can undo the windows or roll the windows down. So that's basically the way it is. So if I get cold, I'll cover my ears up. If I get warm, I'll uncover them. So it's just a way of helping with the heat regulation of my body. Did pass one female hiker going south. She had her dog with her, so I'm guessing that she's just section hiking or day hiking. We didn't talk. She just said, "Hey, I've got a dog," and I said, "Well, hey, I noticed that," and then that was about it, and she kept going. So all right, on down I go, and try not to get injured sliding on the mud, which it's not really mud, it's just moistened stuff. But here's some dog poop from the dog. That's always nice. Thank you for cleaning that up. All right, see you in a few. All right, we just had lunch. We sat over here in the corner of the shelter and ate my 2/3 sandwich that I carried out from Kroger. But this is the shelter. Nothing huge, maybe for 6 people. And then there's several tent spots out here, but here's Woodsy the owl. I haven't seen Woodsy in a long time. I don't need water, so just heading back out on the trail. I had to put my gloves back on. While I was eating, the fog seemed to dissipate. And I thought the sun was going to come out for a few minutes, but it decided to stay back behind the clouds, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, I need to get hiking so I can get warm again. I'm going to have to put my gloves back on. It's amazing how quick your body will cool down, and we got some uphill coming up. So I'll get warmed up again. So, oh, how you doing, man? It's doing good. So anyway, I'll get my gloves back on and start heading out because it's cool. All right, gotta put my phone up, get my gloves on. Just did a road crossing. We're heading up this mountain now. I left the shelter. When I got on trail, I met up with Wayne, who's a 70-year-old hiker that is slack packing every day because he has his girlfriend following him in a conversion van that they made. So we just parted ways because he was going up a blue blaze through the parking lot where his girlfriend Wendy is at for the day. So I'm continuing on, but that 70-year-old, he had a lot of energy. He's 19 years older than I am, and he was causing me to breathe heavy, and he wasn't even breathing heavy. Of course, he barely had a backpack on. He was slack packing, but still, I'm 19 years younger, and he was making me look bad. But it tells you all kinds of people on the trail. So I have another hiker coming up who is scared of bears, so she clings her poles together every so often to warn the bears. But we got 2.5 to the next shelter. We just did that 2 point whatever pretty quick because I was telling Wayne drafting off of them. So when I'm with a faster hiker, I'll keep their pace, or at least attempt to. And that was the case with Wayne. I was keeping up with him, but I was breathing a little heavy. But we made it, and now I'm back on my own, crawling this mountain. So thank you, Wayne, for taking time and sharing your story about your wife passing away and you working at the water plant in Nashville and iron worker, and life is short. So thank you, brother. I hope you have a good day, and I hope to see you again on the trail. Guys, we're on top of Apple Orchard Mountain, and I don't know if you can see or not, but the clouds are just rolling through here. So we got a sign. Actually, this is the apple orchard. It's pretty worn out, but here it is. There's supposed to be a tower or some type of communication device up here, repeater antenna, but can't quite see it because, oh fuck yeah, this looks like a fence or something. Maybe that's what it is. Is that a building? Yeah, that looks like a square rectangle. There's another building over there. So obviously we're at the top. We see some commercial buildings with the fence around it, but not much of a view except for a blue backpack in front of me. Gotta love the gators though. They got some color. All right, if we find this tower, I'll get back with you. All right, we're dropping back into the woods now. I think we're possibly gonna miss this thing. This is the Thunder Ridge Wilderness of the Jefferson National Forest. So, all right, heading on. So this is a rock that we just went under. There's a set of steps. There's a huge boulder class here and a huge boulder class here. But it's just lodged there. I don't know who the lucky person is that's gonna get dropped on their head, but it's a possibility. All right, we're heading up, but we're heading down the mountain. We got a little see-through troll house here. This is the next shelter. It's down here. We got a bear box and then the privy. But we're gonna mosey on. Note, Can't quite make it out. We're heading on. I don't know where the girl is that I was hiking with, but I was gonna say goodbye to her, but I've waited a few minutes and she hadn't come yet, so hosey on. I think she said the next shelter was like 13 mile. I don't think I'll make it the 13 mile, but we'll see. But I'll find a camping spot somewhere before then. I just can't shut down now, I don't feel, because it's only been 7 miles. Plus, I'd like to catch up with Cy and Isabella, who are, I'm sure, doing 20-mile days. So they are, I'm guessing, 15 miles ahead of me, based on the fact that I was 5 miles ahead of them when I got off trail, and then I took a 0, and then I started hiking the next day. So they're probably 30 miles ahead of me, I'm guessing, because I did not get on the trail until 11. So I just need to press on a little bit longer. And then Waynesboro is further than 60 miles, which I thought was what it was, but that was correct. But that was at Chris and Dan's house when it said 60 miles. But now it's showing further, which is fine. At least it will be there and I won't have to wait on it. So I'm just heading to Waynesboro. It's just several days away. And if I cut off now, it'll be several days more. Because that was based on 3 days at 20 mile a day. And then yesterday I cut down early. So basically yesterday and today would be, if I shut down right now, it would be 20 miles. Because yesterday was a short day because of getting drop off a little bit later in the day, and then the coldness and the wind, and just getting back on my feet after having a 0. I just thought it would be smart to shut down a little early and get some supper, which it was great. I was able to talk to my wife, so I had cell phone signal on top of the mountain. A little rocky through here. Not bad though. So I've had some hiking partners today, so it was nice to be able to talk with someone, especially Wayne, the 70-year-old. I enjoyed my conversation with him. He actually lost his wife a couple years ago, a day before he retired from the water treatment plant. And he's like, screw it, life is short. So he prepared everything. He got his wife buried. He sold his house. He sold his bass boat. He sold a lot of other stuff. He had the kids come in and take what they want, and just downsized. And now he says he has a Ram ProMaster van that he has built out. It's a 3500 or 350 or whatever the Ram series is, and has built it out and is nearly completed. And he was out in Arizona on national land where you can stay. I think it's 21 days, and then you got to move at least 25 miles. And he met a group of vanners with campers, and he met Wendy, his girlfriend, which is now supporting him right now. So that's why he's able to slack pack. It's because Wendy is following him in the van, a little Winnebago van that's built on the Ram Master chassis. he called it something. It had a name, but we're supposed to meet back up in January back in Arizona. It's good that he's 70 and he's grieved a little bit, and he's like, it's time for Wayne time. So his wife died. I think he was carrying for his mother-in-law as well, and she had passed away, and he had spent so much time taking care of others. He said, it's time for me to spend time for myself, so I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail. So he's out here doing it, making me look bad at 51. And his wife passed away on March the 12th, which happens to be the day I started my trip, which was my 51st birthday. And then my wife's name is Wendy, and his girlfriend's name is Wendy. So there's a lot of commonality that we had. He had worked at a power plant, and I'd worked at a power plant. But anyway, we're heading north. This temperature today is just wacko. It's windy, cold, it's foggy, it's clear. The sun will come out. The sun has only been out maybe 1% of the time. I've not had much cell phone signal, so I haven't been able to reach out to Timon to tell him thank you for assisting my wife in the well scenario. It is Mother's Day today, so happy Mother's Day to all you mothers. My mama has passed away a couple years ago, so I don't have a card to send to her, but my wife is a mama and several of my friends are mamas. So happy Mother's Day, all you mamas.
I sent some winter stuff home. I think that might have been a mistake.
Yeah, I met with my wife and I sent some stuff home, but I still kept my toboggan and my gloves.
I put my gloves on. That was a mistake.
Yeah. You always use some socks, I guess.
Yeah, I thought about that. I got a pair of mittens, but also there's kind of like
The wind mittens or rain mittens?
At least cut the wind. You know?
Yeah, I was going to say break the wind.
But it's just it's so damp out there, it's breaks in the air.
That is true.
It's kind of like home, except it's about 110 degrees cooler.
Yeah, cooler. Hey guys, this is Mother's Day. We're hiking, and this is our view right now at this little lookout point. We're pretty lucky because the weather has held off a little bit. It's been mostly socked in with clouds, and we got a clear, not 100% clear, but a fairly clear view of the valley. And I've been hiking around this gentleman. His name is Big Hunger. You want to plug your well, you don't have a channel, but you got your Instagram. So
Big Hunger Appalachian Trail.
So he's from Louisiana,
Cajun.
and he's up here just putting in the miles. So what a day. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. The guy I was hiking with his trail name is Big Hunger, and I guess the 70-year-old that I was hiking with earlier is E.F. Hutton. So that's the one with the girlfriend that is 70 years old, with the girlfriend that's slack packing him with the Winnebago Dodge van conversion. But anyway, Big Hunger is from Louisiana, and he's 53 years old, and he's just retired as a game warden. So he's been wanting to do the Appalachian Trail for about 30 years. So he's had a map on his office wall, and every time his supervisors come in and give him some grief or something like that, he would say, that trail, I'm going to be doing that trail. What is this? Thunder Ridge Shelter, 4.6. We're coming down to a parking lot, so maybe that's why that is there. But anyway, we had talked a lot about his responsibilities and jobs and everything. So it was rather interesting talking with him. He picked up water, and then he's going to stealth camp somewhere back yonder. And I'm going to stealth camp up here somewhere. So I have gone, let's see how many miles. Looks like 11 miles. So I'd like to get 12.5 at least. But the, sorry about that. But the issue is there's no tenting spots. The next tenting spot is like 5 miles if I don't stay here. And it's not, when I say here, at the parking area, there's supposed to be a tent site just 0.1 mile from this area. But it's not good to usually camp here because since it's close to a parking lot, locals come up and you might get a lot of foot traffic that's not wanted. So therefore we try not to camp right near the parking areas. I have before and I've not had any issues, but anyway, the next one is 5 miles. It is 6:40, so that would be putting it in pretty late, but it's either camp here or push on, which I could push on, but my feet are hurting me a little bit today. Let's see what this is. The shelter is 8 miles, but luckily there's a campsite 5 something. That is if there's enough room for my tent and maybe someone else's, depending on if someone else is already camping there. But I really need to press on. But I'd also like to stop for the night and bed down. But sometimes you can't do what you want. You got to do what's right and what's necessary. And I think for me, it's going to have to be a late night and just press on. So it's been a cold day. It's not extremely warm right now. I like to hike when it's cooler out. But today it's been off and on, so a little conflicting with what I want to do. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and press on to the top of the mountain. Unless I find something before then, I may just split the difference. But I want to get a couple more miles in, at least 2 more. I need to try to keep that 12.5 mile average, which every time I do that, puts me on target. If I can do more than that, it puts me above target. So the more miles I can do, the more zeros I can have and relax and take time off. But more days I do under 12.5, then I won't meet that goal. So pressing on, I guess, as much as I really don't want to. It's a psychological issue. Get with you guys a little later and let you know what I decided and what I'm doing. Well, as I was approaching the top of that mountain, Big Hunger showed up. I asked him what was going on. He said that he didn't find any spots to tent. So I looked and I said I was going to try to press on to this site that's 4 miles away. And he's like, I can't do that. So we continue to look for a spot, and we found one for him just off to the trail, just off the pinnacle, I guess. So he's going to bed down there. It was grassy. Someone had been there before because there's evidence of a fire ring. So he's going to stay there. He said there was enough room for 2, but I don't want to overcrowd him. I don't know who he is. I just met him tonight, and I don't know if he snores or anything like that, but he doesn't know if I snore. So I would just like to be a little bit by myself rather than a foot away from another tent with a paper thin fabric separating the 2 of us. Not that I haven't done it before, but I've done it with people that I know. So if I want to toot in the middle of the night or something like that, I don't know what his air mattress is. So there's a lot of noises that happen in tents. So I would rather not be there. So I am pressing on. There's another campsite, it said about 1.2 miles. So I have about, hopefully about a half a mile left to go. It's gonna be near a stream, and there's a tent site there. So hopefully I get there and nobody's gonna be there. But if they are, that's gonna be probably the place I'm gonna bed down, is my feet are getting a little worn out today. I've come, I don't know what that is, 12.7, so, which meets my requirement for the day, 12.5. So I'm gonna keep that average. But anyway, whatever it is, unless it's just too many tents or something like that, that's where I'm gonna bed down at, is at the bottom down here. So I probably won't video anymore tonight. If I do, it will be bonus. If not, I will say goodnight now. Well, I'm heading down, and I probably won't videotape anymore tonight. So this will end day 59 for videoing. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get over 300. I'm lingering around 289 or something like that. So click subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified. Make a comment if you don't mind. That will help the algorithm as well. But I'm Yolo, signing off. You only live once, so do it right the first time, and there's no need to do it again. God bless you guys. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.